My brothers and my sisters, I came here today to tell you that success is not a mystery. It is not reserved for the privileged few. It is not locked away behind doors you cannot open. Success is a principle, and principles, when followed, will always produce results. Success is not an accident. It is not a matter of luck or chance. Success is a deliberate outcome of the choices you make, the mindset you cultivate, and the discipline you maintain. Too many people believe that success is reserved for the privileged few, for those born into the right circumstances, or those who happen to be in the right place at the right time. But the truth is, success is accessible to anyone who understands and applies the principles that govern it. It is a predictable result of intentional action. It follows patterns, and when you align yourself with these patterns, success becomes inevitable. It begins in the mind. Before success is ever seen in the physical, it must first be conceived in the mind. What you think about yourself, what you believe about your potential, what you accept as possible, these things determine the boundaries of your success. A person who sees themselves as limited, as incapable, as unworthy of greatness will never rise beyond the level of their own self-perception. But when you shift your thinking, when you start to see yourself as capable, when you believe that you are meant for something greater, your actions begin to align with that belief. Success is built through consistent effort. You cannot wish your way into success, nor can you sit back and wait for it to come knocking at your door. It requires work, it requires persistence, it requires an unshakable commitment to growth and excellence. The most successful people are not necessarily the most talented or the most gifted. They are the ones who refuse to quit, the ones who get up after every failure, the ones who continue to move forward even when obstacles stand in their way. There will always be challenges. There will always be moments when things do not go as planned, but success is determined by how you respond to adversity. Will you give up or will you push forward? Will you allow setbacks to define you or will you use them as fuel to propel you to the next level? Every successful person has faced failure, but what sets them apart is their ability to learn from it, to adapt, and to keep pressing on. The road to success is not smooth, but for those who are willing to do the work, for those who refuse to settle, for those who choose to rise above excuses, success is not just possible, it is guaranteed. Your mindset is the foundation upon which everything in your life is built. It dictates how you perceive yourself, how you interpret challenges, and how you respond to opportunities. The mind is the battlefield where victories are won or lost before any action is ever taken. If your mindset is weak, your actions will be weak. If your mindset is strong, your actions will be bold, decisive, and purposeful. The way you think about yourself and your future shapes the reality you experience. Many people fail not because they lack ability, but because they have conditioned their minds to expect failure. They talk themselves out of opportunities before they even try. They shrink in the face of difficulty because their mindset tells them they are not capable of overcoming. But those who cultivate a strong, growth-oriented mindset approach every challenge with the belief that they can learn, they can adapt, and they can overcome. They do not see obstacles as roadblocks, they see them as stepping stones to greater things. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not always in resources or talent, it is in perspective. A person with a limited mindset sees only problems, but a person with an abundance mindset sees possibilities. A person with a fixed mindset believes they were born with certain abilities and cannot grow beyond them. But a person with a growth mindset understands that skills, intelligence, and success can all be developed with effort and perseverance. Your thoughts become the blueprint for your future. Fear and doubt thrive in a weak mindset. When your mind is undisciplined, it will latch on to every negative thought, every past failure, and every criticism you have ever received. It will replay those moments on repeat, convincing you that you are not good enough, that you will never succeed, that you are destined to struggle. But when you take control of your mind, when you begin to reject those lies and replace them with thoughts of power, confidence, and resilience, you begin to change your reality. The most successful people have trained their minds to focus on solutions rather than problems, to see opportunities rather than limitations, to embrace growth rather than settle for mediocrity. They feed their minds with wisdom. They surround themselves with people who challenge them, and they refuse to entertain thoughts that do not serve their purpose. The battle for success is fought in the mind long before it is seen in the world. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is not about talent, luck, or waiting for the right moment. It is about making a decision to show up every single day, regardless of how you feel. Successful people are not led by their emotions, they are led by their commitment. They understand that motivation is fleeting, but discipline is what keeps you moving forward when the excitement wears off and the challenges arise. Every great achievement is built on a foundation of discipline. It is waking up early when you would rather sleep in. It is saying no to distractions when they try to pull you away from your purpose. It is doing what needs to be done even when no one is watching, even when there is no immediate reward, even when it feels like nothing is working. Discipline is about training yourself to be consistent, to follow through, to stay the course, even when the road gets difficult. Most people fail not because they lack the ability, but because they lack the discipline to stay committed to their vision. They start strong but quit when it gets hard. They make plans but never follow through. They allow excuses to justify inaction, telling themselves they will start tomorrow, next week, or when the time is right. But the truth is, the right time will never come. Discipline means taking action even when the circumstances are not perfect. It means refusing to let temporary discomfort keep you from long-term success. Small daily habits determine the trajectory of your life. If you consistently make choices that align with your goals, success becomes inevitable. If you neglect discipline, distractions will consume your time, bad habits will take root, and opportunities will slip through your fingers. Discipline is not about punishing yourself or living in misery. It is about creating structure that leads to freedom. It is about mastering your time, your actions, and your habits so that you are in control of your destiny instead of being controlled by circumstances. The difference between those who succeed and those who do not is not found in talent alone, but in the ability to be consistent when others give up. Discipline separates the dreamers from the doers, the talkers from the achievers. It is not glamorous, it is not always fun, but it is always necessary. Those who master discipline master their future. Habits shape the course of your life more than talent, luck, or even opportunity. What you do consistently, day in and day out, determines the direction in which your life moves. You cannot expect success while maintaining habits that lead to failure. You cannot expect growth while practicing behaviors that keep you stagnant. Your habits are either working for you or against you. They are either building your future or breaking it. Success is not the result of one big moment. It is the result of small, repeated actions that compound over time. The way you spend your mornings, the way you manage your time, the choices you make when no one is watching. These habits create the foundation for your success. Many people dream of achieving great things, but their daily habits tell a different story. They procrastinate, they entertain distractions, they waste time on things that do not align with their purpose, and then they wonder why they are not moving forward. But those who take control of their habits take control of their destiny. Your habits are either pushing you toward discipline or pulling you toward distraction. The person who exercises every day, eats healthy, and stays consistent will have a different future than the person who neglects their health, makes excuses, and waits for motivation to strike. The person who invests time in learning, growing, and developing skills will achieve more than the person who spends hours scrolling through distractions and avoiding responsibility. The difference between success and mediocrity is found in the small choices made repeatedly over time. Breaking bad habits and building new ones requires intentionality. You cannot expect to change your life while holding on to behaviors that keep you stuck. It takes effort to replace mindless habits with productive ones, but the effort is always worth it. Small shifts in behavior lead to massive transformations over time. A single choice may not seem significant in the moment, but when repeated daily, it becomes the driving force behind success or failure. The secret to lasting success is not found in occasional bursts of effort, but in consistency. It is about showing up, putting in the work, and committing to habits that align with your vision. No matter how talented or gifted you are, without the right habits, success will always feel out of reach. But when you build habits that align with your purpose, you set yourself up for results that cannot be denied. Resilience is the ability to withstand pressure, endure hardship, and rise above challenges without breaking. It is the inner strength that keeps you moving forward when everything around you is trying to push you back. Life will test you, circumstances will shake you, and there will be moments when you feel like giving up. But those who are truly successful are not the ones who never face difficulties, they are the ones who refuse to let difficulties define them. Faith is the foundation upon which success is built. It is the belief in things not yet seen, the confidence in possibilities beyond current circumstances, and the conviction that no matter how impossible something may seem, there is a way to achieve it. Without faith, dreams remain just that, dreams. Without faith, obstacles appear permanent and challenges feel insurmountable. But when a person operates in faith, they move differently. They speak with authority, they take bold steps, and they refuse to be limited by what is in front of them because they know that greater things are ahead. Faith does not mean ignoring reality. It means refusing to let reality define the limits of your potential. It is the ability to look at a situation and say, this is not where my story ends. It is the determination to keep going even when you do not yet see results. Faith is what gives people the courage to step out of their comfort zones, to take risks, and to pursue dreams that others consider unrealistic. It is the fuel that keeps visionaries moving forward when logic says to quit. Doubt and fear will always try to creep in. The voice of doubt will tell you that you are not capable, that you are not worthy, that you do not have what it takes. But faith speaks louder. Faith silences doubt by reminding you that what is inside of you is greater than anything standing against you. When you walk in faith, you do not shrink in the face of opposition. You stand tall, you press forward, and you refuse to settle for less than what you were created for. There will be moments when everything seems to be working against you. Doors will close, people will doubt you, and progress may feel slow. But faith does not waver in difficult times. Faith reminds you that delay is not denial, that struggle is part of the journey, and that if you keep moving forward, what you are believing for will come to pass. The most successful people in the world did not reach the top because everything was easy. They reached it because they had the faith to keep going when everything in them wanted to give up. They trusted in their vision, they believed in their purpose, and they refused to let fear dictate their future. Faith is what turns the impossible into the inevitable. Relationships shape the direction of your life more than you realize. Who you surround yourself with influences your mindset, your habits, your decisions, and ultimately your destiny. No one succeeds in isolation. No one reaches their highest potential alone. The right relationships can elevate you, push you, and challenge you to become better. The wrong relationships can drain you, distract you, and pull you away from your purpose. Success is not just about what you do, it is also about who you choose to walk with. People either add to your life or take from it. They either push you forward or hold you back. They either encourage your growth or keep you trapped in cycles of mediocrity. Many people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they are surrounded by the wrong voices. If you are constantly around people who do not believe in you, who do not challenge you to be better, who discourage your dreams, you will find yourself doubting what you are capable of. But when you surround yourself with people who believe in excellence, who think bigger, who push beyond limits, their mindset will influence you to do the same. The quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. If you want to succeed, you must be intentional about who you allow into your space. You cannot afford to be connected to people who drain your energy, who stir up negativity, who plant seeds of doubt in your mind. You need to be around people who inspire you, who challenge you, who see the greatness in you. Even when you do not see it in yourself, the right relationships will remind you of your purpose when you feel like giving up. They will hold you accountable, push you to do more, and celebrate your victories as if they were their own. Some relationships are only meant for a season. There are people who were part of your past but cannot be part of your future. Growth requires letting go of connections that no longer align with where you are going. It is not about arrogance, it is about purpose. If someone is not contributing to your growth, they are taking away from it. Success demands that you surround yourself with people who are going in the same direction, people who are willing to challenge you, and people who refuse to let you settle for less than what you were created for. Transformation is not an event, it is a process. It does not happen overnight and it does not happen by accident. Real transformation requires intentionality, a willingness to let go of what is familiar, and the courage to step into the unknown. Too many people want change, but they are unwilling to do what is necessary to create it. They desire a new life while clinging to old habits, old mindsets, and old environment. But you cannot step into a new season while holding on to the weight of the past. Transformation demands that you release what no longer serves you so that you can make room for what is meant for you. Change is uncomfortable, growth is painful, but nothing great is ever achieved without a process of stretching, refining, and rebuilding. The caterpillar does not become a butterfly without going through a season of isolation and transformation. The seed does not become a tree without first being buried in the dirt. Every great shift in life requires a period of breaking before the breakthrough. The question is, are you willing to endure the process? Are you willing to trust that the discomfort you feel now is preparing you for something greater? Most people resist transformation because it requires them to let go of familiarity. They are afraid to release what they know, even if what they know is keeping them stuck. They fear stepping into the unknown because they are more comfortable with the dysfunction they are used to. But true success requires the willingness to embrace change, to step out in faith even when the next step is unclear, and to trust that what is ahead is greater than what is behind. Transformation requires a shift in mindset, a shift in habits, and a shift in environment. You cannot transform your life while thinking the same way, acting the same way, or surrounding yourself with the same influences that have kept you stagnant. Real transformation demands a complete restructuring of how you operate. It is not just about what you do, it is about who you become. Every level of success requires a new version of you, a version that is willing to grow, evolve, and rise above the limitations of the past. Transformation is not easy, but it is always necessary for those who are determined to create a life that guarantees success. Time is the most valuable resource you have. Unlike money, you cannot earn more of it. Unlike material possessions, you cannot replace it once it is gone. Every second that passes is a second you will never get back, which means how you choose to spend your time determines the quality of your life. Successful people understand that time is a currency and they invest it wisely. They do not waste it on things that do not align with their purpose. They do not allow distractions to consume their energy. They are intentional with every moment because they know that wasted time equals wasted potential. Many people struggle not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they do not know how to manage their time. They wake up each day without a clear plan, allowing life to dictate their schedule instead of taking control of it. They spend hours scrolling through distractions, engaging in meaningless conversations, or procrastinating on the things that truly matter. Then they wonder why they are not moving forward. But those who master their time master their future. They set priorities, eliminate distractions, and focus on the tasks that bring them closer to their goals. Every person has the same 24 hours in a day, but what separates the successful from the stagnant is how they use those hours. While some people are using their time to learn, build, and grow, others are wasting it on entertainment, excuses, and activities that do not serve them. Time is always moving, and it does not wait for anyone. If you do not take control of it, you will look up one day and realize that years have passed, but you are still in the same place. Being busy does not mean being productive. Many people fill their schedules with activities that keep them occupied but do not move them closer to their destiny. They mistake motion for progress, but the two are not the same. It is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters. Successful people are not just active, they are strategic. They delegate what is unnecessary, focus on what is essential, and structure their days in a way that maximizes their potential. Time is a gift, and how you use it determines what you will achieve. If you value your time, you will not allow it to be wasted on things that do not align with your purpose. If you take control of your time, you take control of your life. Execution is the difference between dreams and reality. It is not enough to have vision, ambition, or big ideas. Without action, none of it matters. Too many people spend their lives talking about what they want to do, planning, preparing, and waiting for the perfect moment. But success does not come to those who wait, it comes to those who move. Execution is what separates the dreamers from the achievers, the thinkers from the doers, the ones who wish from the ones who win. Many people have the talent, the knowledge, and the potential, but they lack the discipline to act. They wait for motivation to strike, for the right conditions to align, or for someone to give them permission to start. But if you wait for the perfect moment, you will be waiting forever. The successful understand that conditions will never be ideal, that obstacles will always exist, and that the only way to make progress is to take action despite uncertainty. They do not wait for inspiration, they create momentum through movement.